All right, we're going to watch Will's backstroke here from the side view. As we get into the stroke here, there's two things we notice right away. Right away, we can see that wrist is really bent. Good straight arm recovery, but that wrist is bent, so you're not really coming up with that thumb as much as we'd like to see just there. So do make sure you keep that wrist a little bit more straight. Thumb comes up. When you get to the top of your stroke here, that's a good straight arm recovery. Okay, that's really nice. You get ready to turn to that pinky, which is what we want to see all the way through. Good job of pinky entry. You kind of see that hand starts to fall a little bit out to the side there. And again, that's because we're not seeing this shoulder up. If we would see your left shoulder up, all of a sudden that right hand would be a lot closer to your ear, which is really where we want to see it. So go to the left arm here. Kind of the same thing. You kind of see that wrist bent. You kind of see straight arm recovery here. But again, just think about that left thumb coming up or that right thumb coming up. Don't let that wrist kind of come up trailing your forearm. Think about from your elbow to your wrist. Okay, that's called your forearm. Think about keeping your hand just nice and straight in line with that forearm as best you can. Kick looks good. Really like the strength of your kick. You have some white water coming off all the way through. The head position you can kind of see. I'm going to rewind that a little bit and we're going to slow that down. I want you to kind of look at your head position and kind of watch it move a little bit. All right, and we want to try and keep that head a little more still. As you see, as your left hand goes in, you kind of turn your head to the left. As you see, when your right hand in, you can see that goggles move to your right. So your head's kind of popping up and down, and you're looking from side to side. And a lot of that really is because we're not rolling those shoulders. If we get that shoulder roll in, that head's going to stay a little bit more still. Again, right here, though, that's so good. And you're right, ready to get to that pinky entry. Just turn the pinky down a little bit earlier and then get that shoulder up. You can see that you want to get it up, okay? But you got to get that shoulder much higher than what we have right there. As we get into our turn here, you definitely take one stroke too many. So let me rewind this a little bit. When we get into our stroke coming into your wall, you got to know your stroke all the way through. Here's where you should have turned. If you had turned right there, you probably would have been perfect. But here you take one extra stroke, and because you take that one extra stroke, you can see that as you turn over, you look at that wall and you're like, uh-oh. And you can see right away your knees kind of buckle as you kind of come in. You can kind of see that you're over-rotating. Your hands have come above the water. Your feet are a little bit high on that wall. And all that's just because you took one extra stroke. Make sure you know that stroke out all the way through. Now, good recovery here. Great streamline. Nice job. Nice long line off that wall. That looks good. So as far as going into your turn, you got to work on it. But as far as coming off the turn, that's a great recovery, Will. 1, 2, 2 dolphin kicks, and then you can see right after that second dolphin kick, watch what your head does. Just going to rewind a little bit. So here's your head in this nice, good streamline, right? So here comes your second dolphin kick, and all of a sudden after the second dolphin kick, you look down. See how you lifted your head? Now you're looking here towards your feet, towards the other wall, and then what happens is you start to break your arms from that streamline. You kind of see how they get a little bit wobbly. And you can see this hand here, you kind of have your palm up. Make sure you get that palm a little bit deeper in that water. Get that shoulder roll right away as you're starting into that breakout. As you come up, you can see that your left hand was above the water. Your head, where we want to see you coming up, is right here at the flags. So you're a good body length away from the flags. So that's why we want to do the 6 dolphin kicks. The more you do the 6 dolphin kicks, the better off you're going to be able to get out further. You can kind of see how high that head dropped, or head came above the water, and then you drop back in. Once you drop in, body line's right where you need to be. Again, keep that head a little more still. Well, nice job all around. Just a couple little things I think that we see that we really think if you just kind of put your mind to it, you're going to nail them. So well done. Keep it up.